Oh yeah, another Wednesday workshop for entrepreneurial speakers. Excited to be here. Today we are talking about the lean in factor. We're talking about really four things today. We want to talk about creating quick connections, faster friendship, and instant impact, leading to instant income. So the four key things we're going to talk about today. A couple quick ways for you to create instant income wherever you're at right now in 2024, and really how to connect quickly to help you create that instant impact. As always, we can take questions too. So if you've got them and you're on either Facebook or LinkedIn and you can put them in the chat, you can also come on in here with us, which I highly recommend you do so we can have this live conversation. It's at joinraylive.com right there, joinraylive.com. And we'll talk about ways that you can create quick income for yourself. What are some amazing ways you can do that? What are ways that you can create this quick connection and instant influence, instant impact? Really, fast friendship is what we're talking about here. So let's go with number one. What is it? Can you do what can you do right now that is going to make you the fastest amount of money in the quickest way right now? It's 2024. You had all these great visions and dreams. Today's the 17th and nothing's coming in the door yet because sometimes it takes time. Maybe you're starting out, but here's the first thing I would tell you to do. Contact everyone who has hired you in the past and create a new conversation. Now, a new conversation is not, can I have some money now? No, you've got to reestablish the friendship. You need to create this connection, create this camaraderie that you had before so that you can get to that point. But the first thing you should really do is reach out to the people that you've worked with before, that you've had financial success with before, because if they hired you before, they'll probably hire you again. Now, if it ended poorly, it ended badly, you can still contact them. Hey, I'm wondering what you're doing. And it's been too long. Let me buy you a cup of coffee. The virtual cup of coffee is marketing gold. Don't say, hey, I'd like to talk about your business. No, let's get together, have a cup of coffee, relive some old times. That's all you got to do. So make it easy, make it simple. Contact everyone that has ever hired you, ever had a conversation, even those people that didn't hire you. If you had a close conversation with them, get that started again. That's your number one thing that you can do that can get you going. Chris O'Donnell, our good buddy from England, says, hey, buddy, how are you? I was playing basketball last week, won 2 games. I got 2 shots in the net. He is the gold medal winner from the Special Olympics, friend of the show. Always great to have him come here. It makes my day when Chris O'Donnell shows up. So good to see you, buddy. We're going to talk more about the business side of things here. And so there was our number one tip: contact everyone who's ever hired you before, create a new conversation. Number 2, what has worked in the past that you stopped doing? We all have these things. One of the first things I ever did when I created a presentation and I presented it in front of 50 people and I made $50,000 on it by accident, basically. I never did it again. What have you done that made you money that you just stopped doing for whatever reason? Do that again. If it's like, you may have heard the term rinse, lather, repeat. Well, you rinse and you lathered, but you forgot to repeat. So let's find something that you did before, do it again, and see if you can rekindle some money for that. Now, when you have these conversations, you can't just go in there and say, hey, do you want to? How about now? You've got to become a friend again. And so number one tip when you get on these conversations, you're going to talk with people, but the first thing I want you to do is speak as if you're old friends. How do old friends speak? What do you think? What do you say when you talk to a friend? When you greet them? What's different about talking to a friend than talking to a stranger? Well, If you were, sorry, I'm a little bit under the weather today, but we're making it work. Bear with me. If you came over to a party at my house and I didn't know you and you walked in the door and I said, hey, hang your coat over there. The food's in the kitchen, the keg's out back, make yourself at home. You go, okay, this is cool. But if you walked in and the first thing I said was, can I help you? That's a whole different vibe, isn't it? Yet, whenever you walk in a retail store, some stranger greets you with, can I help you? Well, here's something I want you to realize. Friends don't ask friends questions when they greet. They usually make statements. You'll say something about, like when you get on Zoom, what is it in my little Zoom world here that you could start a conversation on instead of asking a question? Wow, you got Elvis in the background. There's a tree. There's stuff written on a board. It looks like you've got a chalkboard back there. You've got your logo back there. Anything. I'm wearing a hoodie. My bald head. Anything you can think of that you create a statement is much better than ask you a question. Here's things that I know none of your friends. You've never said this to a friend. Good morning. How are you today? Ever. Now, if you have, they're probably not really a friend, or you're creating this friendship in your head that doesn't really exist, because friends do not ask questions like that. They make statements. Nice shirt. Wow. Thought of you. Let's talk. Virtual cup of coffee. Thought of you. Let's talk. So speak as if you're old friends. Friends have conversations. They have connections. They don't call each other by their perfect personal name. They have nicknames. They use last names. When I went away to college, I joined a fraternity because I never felt more comfortable. The first semester in college is so awkward. People are calling you, they call you off. Hi, Raymond. Well, I haven't gone by Raymond. My mom calls me Raymond when she's angry at me, right? But when people call you Raymond because it's on a name tag, it's on a door plate, it's on whatever it is, then I know they don't know me. If I pick up the phone and somebody says, good afternoon, Raymond, how are you today? I know that person doesn't know me whatsoever. So friends speak of friends. I joined the fraternity because a guy called me by my last name, and that's how people referred to me in college all the time. So speak as if you're old friends. When if you rekindle these relationships, when you get on the phone, talk about positive changes. Wow, I love the goatee. You didn't have that when we last talked, right? So, oh my God, so you've fallen for Elvis since I last met. Anything like that. Positive changes, make statements, no cliches. If you've heard people greet each other with that same thing, no cliches. Don't use, how are you today? Oh, how are you today? How are you today? You want to talk about it? JoinRayLive.com. Get in here. You can put comments in the chat. I'll get them. I'll put them on the air right here. If you're watching on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube, love to have somebody come in here and do it. I promise I will get some guests again going on here. I've got 2 or 3 people lined up for future dates, but it's just me today. We're talking about these 4 things. Number 1, contact everyone that's ever hired. If you want to create instant income, contact people that have given you money in the past. Start a conversation with them. Do not start a business conversation with them. Start a friendship conversation. Rekindle that friendship. That's what leads to business. Jeffrey Gitomer says people buy from friends, and if their friends aren't available, they buy from their friends. So you need to speak to friends as if they're friends and create this conversation, build that friendship. Again, if you mowed somebody's lawn and they gave you money in the past, oh my God, I looked at my lawn, I thought of you. Let's talk about how your lawn is today. I don't mow lawns anymore, but I'm really curious what your house looks like. How did you wind up? Boom, 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 done, done, done. So what worked before that you used to do that made you money that you stopped doing? I stopped doing these things for 2 years. Now I'm back doing them because people randomly said, hey, by the way, can I ask you a question about these? That's where clients come from. They come from people that know you. They want to be able to Trust the person that they have and use them and go them. So when you speak to people, talk as if you're old friends. Don't use jargon. Don't use slang. Don't use initials. Do you talk with your friends with initials? You might, but they're initials that your friends know. Don't use initials that your industry knows, because if you use them, you might lose me. And if you lose me, then you'll never do business with me. And I'm not talking about me personally, I'm talking about me in general. And the fourth thing is, when you get on here, talk about things that you notice that are different, that are positive. Oh my God, you don't have to spend any money on shampoo anymore. You're right. It's been years. Oh wow. Boom, off and running. Get into that. That's just step number one. Those are 4 quick things to create quick connections, instant income, under 15 minutes. There's some things you can do today, and you could have some money in there tomorrow. So if you have questions, put them in there. I'll answer them in the chat. If you're seeing this after it's on there, put your questions in the chat. I'll make sure I get them, make sure I answer them. If you want to come in here, see if I have this on here. If you go to my Calendly, which, just go to, put it in the chat that you'd like to talk to me. Say, amen, brother, I want to talk to you. And I will reach out to you with my calendar link. I forgot to put it in the banners, and I deleted a lot of banners. See you next week. And I hope this works for you. If it's successful, or you tried it and it didn't work, let me know. We'll talk about it. We'll make it work. All right. Again, joinraylive.com. We're here every Wednesday, 11 o'clock, talking about things that can make you money, create quicker connections, instant intimacy, faster friendships, any other alliteration that you can think of. I'm here for it, and talk to you later. All right. Have a great one. I wish StreamYard would move that little button that says end stream to closer to the middle of the screen, so I don't have to look up here as if I'm studying something like that to click it. But that's just from me to StreamYard. All right, take care. Bye.